update increased this. So the threat is now a 60% chance over the next 5 days, still around a 20% chance over the next 2 days. So what that should mean to you over the next 5 days, so over this week, our chances are growing for this to develop. However, that short-term forecast, it looks like most of that moisture is going to continue to sit over the Bay of Campeche, probably at least through tomorrow afternoon, and then it may start in a slow northward trek. Today we have an isolated shower, pop-up thunderstorm this afternoon. Let me get you down again to the Bay of Campeche. So this is the area that we're going to monitor, but notice I quickly took you into Thursday. So Thursday morning, 8 a.m., most of this deep tropical moisture is still sitting from the Bay of Campeche, moving through the southern to central portion of the Gulf. Now, as I take you from Thursday, push this into Friday morning, notice how what could become either tropical depression bill or tropical storm bill is starting that northward trek because of upper level steering currents and, of course, water temperatures, so sea surface temperatures. That's going to be the energy source that we're going to continue to monitor. So as we get into Friday morning, notice how either just this big area of moisture or, again, tropical depression, tropical storm bill starts to get a little bit closer to the coastline. But again, that's Friday. So we have several days to continue to monitor and track and watch for any changes that we see. Working our way into Saturday afternoon, so sometime late Friday into Saturday, we will be looking at potential landfall. This could be an open wave. This could be a depression. Again, the time, I think, and the intensity, that is going to change, as well as the track. At this point, it does look like anywhere from the Texas-Louisiana border all the way through the Florida Panhandle, sometime on Saturday, that's when we would be potentially looking at landfall. Always on the eastern side, that's when we would be looking at the heaviest rain threat. So that would leave the western side a little bit drier. Again, at this point, we don't exactly know because that depends on the track and intensity. But then by Sunday night, maybe upwards of Monday, most of that rain is well off to the east coast, and that's going to leave us under, surprise, another hot and humid pattern for much of next week. We do have a lot to track and monitor with this. As far as our radar goes, this morning you are waking up mostly dry. We have clouds in place. The best rain chance will happen after about 2 o'clock this afternoon. I think about a 40% chance of an isolated downpour today. Otherwise, you'll just be looking at heat and humidity. We did have some offshore showers, a few thunderstorms this morning, really didn't impact much of you. 97 today, feels like temperature up to 105. Yesterday, we had heat advisories. Listen to this, for your Sunday afternoon yesterday at Hobby Airport, we hit a high of 100. Triple digits. That was our actual air temperature yesterday. I think because of the clouds, maybe even the rain chance, it'll help at least to bring us down to the upper 90s, which is still above average for this time of the year. We also have an air quality alert, this ozone action day. It's issued by the National Weather Service. This will peak between about 4 to 7 p.m. If you have asthma, if you have emphysema, you may notice that it's a little bit more difficult to breathe at times. That's just because of the natural ozone particles that we usually get with a wind. Because our winds are calm, we won't get that natural mixing of that layer. So you'll notice it, especially with your sunset later this afternoon, evening, can look a little hazy out there. So keep that in mind for later today. Tomorrow is about the same. And then I think Wednesday through Friday, that's when we'll hopefully get a little bit of a better handle on what's going on with that disturbance. Until then, we may not see any changes. We may just see these chances go up as far as our forecast goes out. Again, let me get you back to that tropical disturbance or the big area of moisture sitting in the Bay of Campeche. I know a lot of you are streaming this if you're watching on Facebook or you're just listening right now. We still have a big area of moisture in the Bay of Campeche or the southernmost portion of the Gulf of Mexico. This has not changed basically even over the past 2 days. It's basically the same as this weekend. What did change is the long range model out. So we're looking at 5 days out, and that's what has increased to a 60% chance. Over the next 2 days, it's still sitting at only a 20% chance. We still have plenty of time to watch this, but as it does move northward, either in the southern or centralmost portion of the Gulf of Mexico, that's when we're going to start to get a little bit of a handle on direction and maybe intensity as well. So broadening the scope, get you to Thursday morning. Thursday morning, that's when I'm expecting some of this moisture to start to move northward. it's deep tropical moisture, and we have a lot of it at that. So if it gets its act together, could become tropical depression or tropical storm Bill. I'm not expecting anything more than that at this point. We'll have the hardest punch on the eastern side. So if this tracks a little further west, it could be more Texas-Louisiana border. If it tracks a little further east, it would be more Louisiana into the Florida Panhandle. And that would actually leave us on the drier side of things for your Father's Day weekend. So there's kind of a big split on some of these rain accumulations. Getting into Saturday afternoon, that's when we're looking at potential landfall. Again, the eastern side of this will hold the most amount of weight as far as our rain chances. The western side looks a lot drier. So time will tell. Bottom line, it's this time of the year. You need to stay up to date with the forecast. Watch both in the morning and the evening. David Paul, our chief meteorologist, will have the latest tonight. We'll see you then.